afternoon YouTube, and welcome back to another video. I'm obviously off fishing, but I'm not going to do a long session this time, and I don't know if my future sessions are going to be that long until lockdown is lifted, because I'm getting very disheartened. I'm struggling on the North Kent coast. It is having its moments, I'm seeing reports, but it's very sporadic, very hit and miss. Someone will have a good day and then the next day there'll be nothing, and I seem to turn up on the days when there are nothing. Today I've looked at my tide app, Tide. If you want to see more about that, just check that link out. And it's a very small tide today, and it's getting even smaller tomorrow. It's tiny tide tomorrow, but it's a small tide, but with quite a bit of depth. It's not dropping back that far at all. So I'm heading to Herne Bay, and I am going to try and catch a ray. I'm going to target rays. It's telling me that there should be good activity from high down 3 hours, and so I'm getting there probably about an hour and a half before high, and I'm just going to give it 2-3 hours, see if I can entice anything to take my bait. Right, here we are. I'm following the road straight down into Herne Bay. You see the sign there, it says King's Hall seafront. Following this down, and then just as I can see the sea there in front of me, I'm going to take a right here and go along Beacon Hill. Beacon Hill. Now I'm going to find a place at the top of the hill to park by the steps, and then take the 200 odd steps down to the sea. Right, I just got down here and there's a few people behind me there. They're fishing further up that way, and there's another chap or two down that way. There's obviously been quite some strong tides and choppy weather here, because a lot of shingle has been pushed up onto the promenade. It's really been pushed up. But today it really is looking good. There is a bit of weed in the water, I can see. I'm hoping that doesn't cause a lot of issue. I'm hoping there's not a lot of tide pull today. So I'm going to get set up and see if we can get fish. Herne Bay's curse has struck again. Just got my rod rest out of the bloody car and look, snapped off. Herne Bay literally curses me every time I'm here. I cannot believe it. Right, rods are set up. Let's get some rigs on and then I'll run you through the setup. Right, I'm going to keep this quite short. So this is the setup now, the two rods that I'm going to use. So I've got the blue one, which is the Vega Potenza. That is Shimano Ultegra 5500, and it's loaded with 7 kilo braid. So it's quite light and it matches this rod really well. So on this rod I'm going to fish it in close in with a 2-hook clip rig on it, and I've got a 150 gripper on that. I'd prefer to have pyramid leads on both, but I've only bought one, so I'm going to put a 150 gripper on that, and I'm going to put that out about 20 yards. Keep it a little bit of slack in the line, so this is on the seabed looking for some flounders. And then we go to the next rod, which is the Cinetic Cross Power 450 heavy surf. That's on with a Cinetic Cyclone black reel. That's got 25-pound braid on that. It's a little bit over the top, but that's that reel's got a good full spool. My other one hasn't. And then that goes down to the business end, where I've got a pulley dropper rig. So I've got a pulley dropper rig with a 150 pyramid lead, and I'm going to bait these both up in a minute. This one for rays, that one for flounders or anything else that's close in. So let's get baited up. Right, bait these up. Right, so I'm just going to thread 2 worms on here on the baiting needle. So there's a video up that I put up at the beginning of the week, and it shows you about all these baiting implements. So please just click on the link and it'll show you how to use all the baiting implements.
Watching her, watching you do it. Disgusting.
For the ray bait, I've got squid and a sardine. Squid and a sardine slither, and I'm going to bind them together on a double bait loader like that. Try and find the end of my bait elastic. There we go. And again, I've explained these bait loaders in the video I just put up the link for, so head back a couple of minutes or so, or wherever it was. And it'll show you these bait loaders, and there's a good link in there as well to someone that builds them. So you can build them yourself. It does help. You'll see how good the presentation is on this once I slide it off. Do an overhand knot there. One more overhand knot there. Elastic snapped, and all I do, push it up a little bit, turn the hook round, slide that off. I can pull that, tug that tight a bit, hooks down into the bait there. I can bring the sliding hook down, clip it through the other side like that. Both hook points are showing. And then to hold that in place, got a bit of silicone. Push the silicone over there, just over the eye, and there we go. Lovely, neat, presented cocktail bait, done with the bait loader. That's going out for the rays, so let's get these both out into the sea. Right, so I'm going to get both these rods out. I'm going to get the blue one out first in short for flounders and things. And then I'm going to get the big one out. I'm going to off the ground cast that, so just be aware that when you're fishing with a promenade behind, you don't want to be casting off the ground with people walking behind you, so just be aware of your surroundings and just make sure you've got space, and then give it a good thump. Let's get the blue one out first. even on the small tide, the pyramid head's not going to hold. Looks like I'm going to have to put a grip on in a minute. Give it 5 minutes, we'll see what it does. Something on here on the blue rod. Let's see what's going on. Definitely something having a little nibble on that. Let's hope he comes back. Ah, missed it. Ah, missed it. Missed it. No, missed it that time. Oh, we got a ray. We got a ray. Yes, we got a ray. Oh, we got a ray inquiry on that big bait, so let's let that go a minute. Just going to hit this on here. Big rod was bouncing then. I'm hoping that was a ray. It looked very ray-like. Come on, come back. Come on. There it goes. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of squid on that. Keep an eye on that big rod because I think we got a ray on there. Got to sit my hands. Sit on my hands and not. Let me get this out. Here, swallow that bait. Right. Come on, what's he doing? Let's quickly get this out. Quickly get this out. Right. That's out there. There. Alright, what's going on with this black one? Let me see if I can feel something on this. Put the line between the fingers. See if I can feel anything. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Right. We've got a little ray on here, I think. There's definitely something on here. This is good. Get it on one. I don't think it's a big one. Just keep him away from my other line. Don't want him getting tangled with that. But it's a ray, so oh, there he goes. Broken up a bit now. Now I think he might be over that line, which he is. So I'm going to bring him in, he's over that. Don't come off here. Come on. There he comes. Really little one. There we go. We have a thorny. awesome. There you go. Look at that. Lovely thornback. Oh. Right, here we are, first cast. Just got a little thorny. I'm not going to weigh it. It's probably, I don't know, 3.5 pound. It's only a little one. So, pleased with that. Got a fish from Herne Bay. Great. Right, just going to get a photo with this and then it can go back. Right, just going to release this thorny. There he goes. Make sure he goes back. Part of the skate family. Come on, mate. There he goes. Come on. Looks like I might be getting wet. Oh, mate. Wet shoes, come on. There he goes. Lovely. Brilliant. Right, I'm pleased with that first cast. We're going to take the chap's pliers back because I forgot my forceps, so I'll run them back. He said he watches me, so if you're watching this, thanks for your pliers. I hope I'm back again in about 10 minutes for some more. Right, so obviously the sardine and squid worked. Got that ray on it, so let's do the same again. Cut the other side of the belly off there. We'll try and just thread one side of this needle through, just to hold it on there. And then I don't want a whole squid really. Take a little bit off that. And I'm just gonna put that through there like that. I always forget something. Forgot a forceps today, which is not great when you're fishing for rays because they do tend to swallow the bait. Right, let me find my hook. Where's my hook gone? Somewhere. And look at that as well. Right down its mouth. It's come out. And the fluorocarbon straight as a die. So please check out the video above regarding fluorocarbon lines and why to use them, because they're so much better, so much more superior. I'm glad I switched over to them. Right, there we are. That's bait elastic on there. Done. Just push it up, turn the hook, slide that off. There we are, lovely. And then all we need to do, slide the other hook down. It's covered in weed, like so. Opposite way, like that, through the bait, and slide the silicone down. So I like the silicone just because you keep wrapping the line around the hook, you just kink the line. And if you're using fluorocarbon especially, you don't want to start knackering that line because this has a lot of life in it if you treat it well. So there we are, baited up. Let's get this hooked up, get this out. Right, I've just cast out the big rod again, second cast. It's starting to go round to the right, east ways. There's always a bit of a pull here at high, round to the right. I thought actually with a smaller tide it would be smaller, but it doesn't seem that way. But anyway, ray first cast, and now I've got another ray. It may be. Might have another ray on that, unless that's literally just landed 2 minutes ago. So it's just gone high, and it's saying now that it should be good fish activity. So I've been here just over an hour, had a ray, happy with that. It's sort of broken my my curse at Herne Bay. I'm hoping there'll be maybe one or two more, but I'm happy with what I've got so far. I'm not doing a big session, only a short session, so just keep my eyes on the rod, see what happens. Well, have I clipped weed? I've got something little on here. I think I've clipped weed. Yeah, there's nothing kicking back on this. So I've clipped a bit of weed coming in, there it is. But it's definitely bouncing around now, so I'm going to get a gripper on this. Bait's still in good nick. So we'll just get the other one in, switch over the gripper, and then get this back out. Well, that one close in has been stripped completely, possibly when I was down the other end taking back the pliers. So what I'm going to do, take this 150 off there. That 150 is going on the big rod, and the 130 is going on here. 130 I hold close in, so there's not a lot of drag on line because it's close in. There's also not a lot of drag on a heavy bait because it is just going to be on worms, this. So 130 should hold fine on this smaller rod, whereas I need a 150 on the bigger rod because there's going to be more drag, because there's going to be more line in the sea. There's also going to be more drag on a larger bait. So let's unclip the pyramid. We'll clip that one on, and then we'll get these both. We'll get this one out again first, and then we'll get the other one baited up and out. Right. Get this out then. I'm going to cast it maybe at about 11 o'clock, I think. Right, gonna get this out, close in. So I'm not clipping this up because if it's close in, you haven't really got the impact on the water to unclip the baits some of the time. So I'll keep it unclipped. That little light overhead should be fine. That should grip. Just bring this in. Yeah, there's nothing on that. Now, talking to a chap that just left, it seemed like they came in on the feed on the flood and they sort of went off towards high. I seemed to get the last end of it at high. I was there just before, got that little ray. I've had some knocks and things on the worm. I think it might have been crabs, because I've had a few little knocks on this as well, and rattles. But got my first thorny of the year, which is good. Now it's time to get home, get some dinner.